It's all about hip hop, but they call it a movement. Let's get it straight. And explicit content. You're advised, motherfuckers. Keeping it real. In the house, we've got Ceazer from the biggest crew in Tasmania, Australia, the land down under. How you going, brother?
Very well, thank you. How are you going?
Good, very good. Listen, I want to know a lot about your history, a lot about yourself. Your crew's done a lot of damage. You're very famous. And how did you start off? Like, how did you get into graffiti? What was the thing? What done it? Was that a friend? Was it yourself?
Well, I noticed graffiti in primary school days. Some of the first tags I noticed was Voter. My first tag was Reflex in grade 6 and Dilemma. What got me into graffiti primarily was skateboarding. So I was skateboarding from grade 4 upwards, and skateboarding just created a path to becoming a graffiti writer or vandal, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, about over 20 years ago now.
Yeah, what was your first influence?
First influence was probably seeing chores tags in my where I grew up in Claremont. I noticed seeing all these chore ski tags coming up.
Yes.
I just started noticing tags on the train line. We've got only one train line in Tasmania that runs from Hobart to Launceston, and yeah, as soon as I started noticing tags popping up everywhere, I thought, fuck, I want to do something like that. So, but primarily it was skateboarding that led me to the path that I'm on now.
Yeah. So you've done a lot of freight trains in Tasmania.
Yeah, freight trains and coalies. They don't come down to Hobart anymore.
Tell us a bit about those missions.
Oh, when I was in, say, year 8, me and Ruins hit up the freighties, in the front of the train, and we got chased out by security. And we stashed our paint, stashed a can of Montana, alien, green paint. Came back a few hours later and it was still there, luckily. But what I remember about the freights mostly is it was just thrashed by Voter and Chores. Fucking absolutely thrashed. Like, just big chrome tags. Fucking really nice. Yeah, other than that, the colonies are still active. But I mean, it's not a major city for trains, unfortunately, Hobart.
Yeah, what does your crew stand for? And how many members have you got in it?
It stands for Do Crime Now, Death Controls Nature, Dem Kids Nasty, The Kings Now, and well, in Ohio, we're able to roll in at least about 20 or 21 members. A lot of them is dissipated to do, the whole have kids thing. But Williams was the creator of DKN. I was one of the first founding members. I mean, our peak, we even made the news. Win News one night, which I can put up a link for later on. We were just all about it, As soon as graffiti got a grasp on me, I couldn't not get up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many is in the crew? How many members is in the crew?
All up, there's 21.
And still riding?
Like the founding members, say Ruins, Laws, and Ruins, Laws, and Daps. Laws has had a kid. Daps has had 2 kids. Ruins got 1 kid. But me and Ruins are the most active out of the lot now. Yeah.
Tell me something funny about the history of your graffiti journey. Something funny that happened.
Something funny. Well, I was just bombing up my town. I was just bombing up Claremont one night with an on the run black heart buff marker. I got down to the supermarket and I saw a cop SUV cop coming at me with his lights on. So I did a runner, ran through a fence and then up this little alleyway. But as I was running down this grass hill, I slipped over and I fell onto the marker and the marker exploded onto my leg. And I'll tell you what, it took about a month to get rid of the ink stain on my leg. So, because I didn't want to get busted. I've never been busted for graph. Never. Never will, never have, you know?
Yeah. How long have you been painting for now?
Look, about just over 2 decades.
Yeah. Two decades. Give us some more info. Don't give us short answers.
Yeah. No, yeah. I started probably bombing and painting graffiti when I was in year 6, and the only paint we had was export that we could get from Chicken Feed, which was just this cheapo store, like a $2 store. So we just used to rack chromes and blacks, you know, constantly, and the Secos didn't give a fuck. But yeah, we ran pretty hard. Like, we were in it for the long run, not just short game. You know, like I like to think of DKN as a stalwart on the taxigraph scene, because shit just ain't the same anymore. But I've still got love for the game. I'm never going to quit. Never going to stop. And just the only thing I don't like doing is buying paint. But it's getting harder and harder down into rack. So, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the DKN was all statewide basically. We couldn't rest. We couldn't. No one slept on us. Maybe I notoriety. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Have you got a partner?
No. I've been single for a few years now.
You guys singly painting by yourself.
Solo soldier's the best way to go. You don't have to look behind your back and hope your mate's not fucking up the whole game up. I like to think of myself as a solo soldier in the graph game. But yeah, no, I've always been pretty independent. Yeah, graffiti's fucking good. That's right. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Have
you had any tours into Melbourne or Sydney?
Yeah, I lived in Melbourne on and off for about 2.5 years. Mainly in Collingwood, Smith Street and Johnson Street. Yeah, that just opened up my eyes. I opened up my eyes to some very talented fucking riders. I like my time in Melbourne. I haven't been to Sydney since grade 6, but I've always kept a tab on what's happening in other states, just online and you know. One of my mentors when I was growing up in the graph world was High Five from MKA and Ruts. He's originally from WA, but his name was Dion, aka High Five. So, you know, I used to call him up off the home phone and just have a chat with him, and he'd always say he was at least 3 long necks deep, and he's just chilling out on the couch. He lived down here for about 15 years. He was the epitome of a graph rider for one of the first mentors I had. Yeah, a true gentleman, I would say.
Yeah. What's the future hold for you? What's your future?
Sorry, say that again.
What's your future? What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve in the graph game?
What I want to achieve, just to keep my name up there, just to be treated with respect, and just to know if you cap me, I'm going to fucking cap you back, and I'm not going to stop. So, you know, respect where respect is due. I'd like to be known as one of the stalwarts of Tasmanian graffiti, as the people who have come before me in the past. You know, I'm not in it for the money or the ego. Never have been, never will be. I like to keep it true school.
Yeah. Have you heard any train drivers? Smashed a few train drivers?
No, because the trains we painted, there was no driving. It was like very early in the morning, say 3:30, 4 a.m.
So you got to not slit no throats. You didn't slit any throats.
No, I haven't slit any throats yet. Funnily enough, I had a dream the other night that someone slit my throat, and it was pretty fucked up. It was too real. Yeah, no. Look, I've got 2 tattoos for my crew. I've got one on my wrist and one on the back. The light just gets in the way sometimes, but if I can still get a few tags and a few pieces up a month, you know, I'm happy. Right. But the scene just ain't what it used to be down here anymore. Everyone's at each other's necks, and it should be that brotherhood and camaraderie coming together as a group. But a few people will throw their words into the mix and try to fuck with our flame, but you know, that's just hand in hand. Doesn't bother me.
Have you got a clubhouse?
No, not so much at the moment. But I'm going to build a log cabin on my dad's property, which will be known as the clubhouse. I'm going to cut down the eucalyptus trees that he's got on his property, get them milled, and then build like a Canadian-style log cabin, and that can be the DKN headquarters.
Yeah, I've got a few aunties that live in Tasmania.
Yeah.
And one lives on a property in the biggest national park in Tasmania, where she looks out a window and she sees a mountain, and there's snow on the snow peaks in summertime, in the middle of summer. Yeah, and there's snow there. Like, it's so far down to Antarctica. It's halfway down to Antarctica.
That's right.
It's brutal conditions to be painting in, don't you think?
Yeah. Look, I've had a few frosted fingers from fucking from using the paint, you know, in the early winter times. But it's not the cold that bothers me; it's more the heat. I mean, when it's cold, you can just wear a few more jackets or whatever. But when it's too hot, you just got to go inside and put the fucking air conditioner on. You know. But at least in winter time, there's not so many people out, so you can kind of do what you got to do and get out quick. You know. But we've got some of the harshest weather conditions down here because, as you say, we are so close to Antarctica. But yeah, fucking, we've got some of the most beautiful scenery down here. You can't fucking beat it.
You ever try to take a freight train, start it up, and take it for a ride?
No, not that yet. But my mate's
Why not?
Oh man!
Put it on your list.
I will for sure. Freight train. Yeah, I've got a mate. New Orleans is like studying to become a train operator / driver. You've got to be an observer for a year. You've got to be in the carriage for a year, observing the driver for a year, and then you've got to do some paperwork, and then you can become a train driver yourself. Because the main yard where they keep all the freights and the coalies is up in Launceston, up north, about a 2-hour drive. And there's some graffiti from the very, very early 2000s up until now that's been kept on the coalies. And but yeah, I remember that next time I go to a train, I'll throw the train driver out the window and go for a bit of a ride.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. It's a good idea.
You got the container ships, haven't you?
Yeah.
You open them up and take all the TVs out?
I don't know if they've got TVs in them. The main thing the freight trains are importing or exporting is cement and actual coal. But if I knew there was some TVs in there, I'd fucking definitely fucking cut the lock and take the whole fucking lot. You give me ideas now.
They actually got special markings on the outside that tells you what's inside the box.
Yeah, exactly.
And it tells you what's in it. And then you know.
Yeah, I'll remember that.
You can get a live supply of dummies. So, you know, you're going to have plenty of kids. You got a live supply of dummies.
Yeah, no, I don't know what I'll do about graffiti. I'll probably just be a normal person doing normal shit. But yeah, like I said, skating and graffiti go hand in hand. It's like a rite of passage.
You're a top skater. You got incredible abilities with skateboards.
Yeah, I'm not bad. I'll tell you what, it hurts more now that I'm older. And you've got to be extremely fit to be skating at your top potential. But yeah, I can still do it. I got into trouble last week at the skate park for swearing. I said, fuck off. I've been skating the skate park since it was built in grade 6. So that's like, you know, over 20 years ago. I can swear at the skate park if I want. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, it's another acronym for DKN is Damage Control Network. And I mean, in our heyday, there wasn't any street you could walk down in Hobart and surrounding areas where you wouldn't see one of their tags. Like we knew what we were doing, and we did it proper. We fucking loved it, still do.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very small scene down here, and it seems to be a lot of backstabbers and rattlesnakes in the background, That's why I keep my circle very tight, very tight. You know, I can't even fuck with this fucking stupid beef over nothing when they can't even show when they're supposed to, you know. Or they talking crime and they're scared of jail. But,
yeah, it's good, tight pussy. You got to keep it tight.
Yeah, rough, raw, and uncut. But yeah, I don't know. Because sometimes in Tasmania, I think, especially in the Gulf scene, like some kids start too late, like they're over 25 and they're just getting into it. So mate, you fucking missed the boat. You missed the boat. You look like a fucking, you just look like a fucking dickhead toy. You know, there's certain rites of passage to graffiti. It's the oldest art form of the world. It's still surviving. I mean, I've painted internationally. I've painted in Eastern Europe. I didn't paint in Fiji because I couldn't find any spray paint. But anywhere I go, like, it's almost like obsessive compulsive disorder. I've got to tag something, got to do a piece somewhere if it's a completely new place, you know. And the only good thing about the internet now is people coming together and being able to talk to someone on a video chat who's on the other side of the world, get a mutual respect, and then you've got to crash on in Slovenia or something, and they've got no problem with it. And you know if you can click with someone, you know if they know if you're legit, and you know they're legit. But fuck these internet riders, man. Fucking right. Just stay true to yourself, and all the rest should follow suit.
Yeah, you ever stopped any freight trains?
No, but my mate almost they used to jump up onto the containers, and my mate Daps almost lost his leg. He almost got cleaned up. I've got photos. But like I said, the trains aren't as prevalent down here. There's a yard that's about 25 minutes out of the city. It's chill as fuck. But I mean, it's almost a bit too easy, but it's still good to fucking have a lash at them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you should definitely take one for a ride and film it.
Yeah, I have a GoPro. I film with a GoPro. Yeah.
They're easy to handle. They're not hard.
No, there's only a few buttons and knobs and fucking shit like that.
Well, you got to put a key in, but you just put a screwdriver in and then hit it with a hammer, and you turn the lock. And then that starts the train, and then you got the gears, and then the handle to go backwards and forwards. The faster you want to go, you push the handle more and more and more and more.
Yeah, exactly.
I expect to see on the news that a freight train got stolen by a graffiti rider, and it was you.
Yeah.
You're the culprit.
Yeah, it's a good idea, bro.
You had the time of your life, and you jumped out and you left it running.
Yeah, I couldn't help it.
Let it go on its merry way.
Yeah, I'm currently in the process of making a magazine, just with all the pictures I've amassed over the years. It's going to be strictly DKN CREW. I mean, it's going to be at least 100 pages, because I've got a lot of pictures, not just digital camera pictures either. Like, I mean, I'm talking about physical film cameras, taking a photo with a film camera like a Canon. And like, I'm running it to make money. I just want to spread it around to the people that deserve to see it, because unfortunately, there's no, you know, people put up all their pictures on Instagram. Other people will just use them for themselves and say they put the picture up. saying, you know, basically poaching someone else's artwork, aka a photograph, and then not even giving them the credit where it's due. You should give them the credit where it's due. Say this photo is by such and such crew. But I've learned over the years that there's a lot of poachers out there when it comes to the golden age of graffiti, as I like to call it, which spanned from say 2004 to 2012, 2013. Anything after that just fucking went down the toilet, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it's all good. It's all good.
What are the other people like in the crew? What are they like?
Well, they're friendly and personable, but if you
they live far.
Yeah, no, most of the people in our crew are friendly and personable. But if you cross us or double cross us, then we'll be coming for you, and there won't be any mercy. I tell you that much. That's been proven time and time again. We like to keep it raw. Not in it for the fucking props, or not in it for nothing like that. Not in it for the money. Just in it for ourselves, and to master the craft. I mean, not everyone's cut out to be fucking a graph writer or a bomber. There's a lot of imposters. There's a lot of costume imposters in the scene. You know, full-time posers. Fucking just doing it so someone's like, oh, I did that. Fucking, you know, it should just be about building on yourself and about your qualities, and truly earning respect is nothing to be fucking scoffed at either. I mean, lots
down there?
What's that?
Have you got any girl graffiti writers?
We've got one. Just the one.
In the whole Tasmania, there's only one?
Yeah. I mean, unless they're like youngins getting into it, but there's only one legit graph writer, this female down here. It sucks.
Is she any good?
Yeah. It's good. She does good sketches. I haven't seen much of her painted work, but yeah, she's got some cool ideas. I mean, how many female writers are there in Sydney now, would you say?
Active or inactive?
Active and inactive, yeah, both.
Well, sad to say that a lot have died.
Yeah.
A lot of famous ones. You know, like Cherry.
Yeah.
Now with Knock died. He was the leader of TP in Burwood. He was a cool guy. I had almost respect for Knock. Yeah. I loved him. He was a true soldier. And Vivian Harris is her name. She went out with Gain.
Yeah.
And I can't say how she died, but she ended up dying. And yeah, I didn't go to that funeral. I wasn't feeling the best.
Yeah.
I had busted legs, so I couldn't move. So
that shit. Yeah.
But we've lost a lot of female graffiti writers. Latest, Holly, Flaps.
Yeah, that was sad.
Inactive and active is probably about 25, 30.
Yeah. Well, that's a bit better than down here. I'm going to recruit a few more females and teach them the ways. And because if you're walking with a chick and vomiting, like, you're less likely to get pulled up by the cops. Or another good chick is to walk your dog, or another good chick is to dress up as a tradie. You know, Harvey's everything. You don't want to walk around masquerading as a graffiti writer anyway. That's just their own ego. I'm not into that. I've been there, done that. But yeah, fucking the scene ain't what it used to be down here now. But you know, I'll carry on holding the torch. There's no problems there. I think, you know, I believe in karma, so if you do good to someone, it will come around the circle and something good will happen to you. But there's a lot of shit talking, a bit of beef, and well, you know, they know where to find me. Oh, that's a small place, very small place. Less than 300,000 in actual Hobart City and Australia.
That's it.
Yeah, and there's only about over 500,000 in population in all of Tasmania. So, I mean,
thought it was over 1 million.
No. It's you know, we're very.
Is it growing? Is it growing or is it dissipating?
Slowly, but not at a rate that it used to. It's a great place for retirees, or if you're going to have a kid and bring a kid up here, but there's not really that many opportunities for men of my age and younger, unless you know someone. There's fuck all jobs around. So what am I going to do? I'll fucking go and paint some graffiti somewhere. Get my name up.
When you went to Europe, tell me about Europe. How did you go? What did you do?
Well, I flew over from Sydney. Got a flight from Hobart to Sydney, and it was an 8-hour flight to get to Germany, Berlin. That was the first. That's where the journey started in Berlin, or more technically, Kreuzberg. I remember the first day I was there, I asked this larger woman for a lighter, and she just did a runner because she thought I was trying to rob her. Then I found this little tobacco shop, and I bought a pack of Pall Mall Reds, 20s. It was $5 AUD, $5 Australian dollar. And I remember you can buy 500ml cans of beer, and then none of them are less than 12%, you know. So you actually get pissed off a few beers. So I did most of Eastern Europe. The graph capital, I'd say the graph capital would be the graph capital would have had to be in Slovenia. I mean, that place is fucking covered in graph, absolutely from top to bottom. And they lived in abandoned squats, which they turned into like a shared spaces. So, you know, if you wanted to go to a rave party, you go to this spot, and it'd be like 4 stories. One level will be playing rave music, the next level will be playing techno, the third and final level will be playing, you know, proper grimy hip hop. Yeah, some of the castles and whatnot. You know, obviously I didn't paint them, but it's just a real eye opener. I found a lot of riders I met in Europe were a lot more easygoing, and they were almost more excited to meet me than I was to meet them. Yeah, I got photos of shit I painted up there, but yeah, fucking Croatia was a highlight too. It was my birthday, and they had a pizza. It pretty much spanned the whole table. It was a massive Croatian pizza. It was lush. But to get into Croatia, I had to pay off this fat fuck €40, or he wasn't going to let us pass the border. But next time I'm going to do Western Europe. But I mean, it was just amazing seeing seeing the Berlin Wall, you know, in the flesh. and just I went to a skate shop in Berlin called Titus. I've got some stickers from there. The whole trip lasted about a month and a couple of days. When I was flying back, we had a stop over in Dubai, and in Dubai, I mean, it's 40 degrees at 7 o'clock in the morning. It was about 45, 46 degrees when we went to go and get some breakfast. And then I went on a desert safari in a Land Cruiser, and there were about 20 other Land Cruisers doing the safari too. So I got to smoke a hookah in the middle of the Sahara Desert kind of thing. And these are things I'm never going to forget. I'm Irish, so over half Irish, so I've got my Irish citizenship, so I can travel and work anywhere in the EU district. So, you know, like, all I can say is to the listeners, if you get the chance to go overseas, fucking do it. And it will open your eyes up to a bit of shit that you mightn't have realised already. But the world's a big place, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. You got to have your wits about you at all times. But I highly recommend going to Eastern or Western Europe, anywhere in Europe, except if you want to be a mercenary, you can go over to the Ukraine to help them, but that's a bit more full on.
No, help the Russians, you mean?
Both, yeah. Well,
we'll take a flight. I'll go to Russia. You go to Ukraine. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Russia going to turn off the gas soon if they haven't already. Yeah. So, well, it's just graffiti's an integral part of my life. It's just I don't know. I'd say I'm skateboarding if I didn't do graffiti, but if I hadn't met all the people I've met in the graffiti world, then my life would be pretty mundane and boring, you know. There's nothing like fucking popping a fat cap in New York Fat on your favourite can of paint and just fucking dance the can, you know? Dance with it. I love it.
Yeah. Give us any shout outs to any people, any brothers and stuff.
Shout outs to Ruins. Shout outs to Laws. Shout outs to Daps. Shout outs to Giles. Shout outs to Orca. Shout outs to Seek. Shout outs to Ames. Shout out to all the cunts that have put up with me over the years. Much love and respect.
Okay, brother.
All right, man.
Appreciate you coming on.
No, thank you, brother. I feel very blessed that I get to do something like this and even know you, brother.
We had some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
With your computer.
Yeah, it's just very new.
That's cool. We still got it done.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. But,
yeah, for sure.
He's going to survive, I believe that. And you're staying in the underground, you're not selling out. I'm proud of you for doing that fact.
Thanks, brother.
It's good to hear, like when you come up to Sydney, you can come to my place and stay. You know.
That's going to be a blast, bro. We're going to blast. For sure.
Yeah, for sure. All right, brother. Peace. Much respect, much love.
Thanks for watching, guys. Catch ya. Bye.
There we have it, eh? The biggest crew in Tasmania. Still keeping it real. Having contacts overseas. Linking up with people. Peace.